Hello, English 1120. My name is Bridget O'Leary Store. This is me over here. And I'm going to spend the next couple minutes discussing with you a couple of databases, Gale, Nexis Uni, and Academic Search Complete, to help you work on your paper for Lopez's class. So, the reason why I'm showing you a picture of myself is, first of all, I'm not a bot, but also that you can email me, you can chat with a librarian in general, or you can also schedule an appointment with me. My email is boleary@cnm.edu, and there I am. And I will be more than happy to help you with any questions you have about the library or research for this paper or any other class. So I'm going to go ahead and bring you to libraries. You get here by just putting in CNM libraries into any search engine. I know you know how to get here because you've been working on a couple of other databases. It sounds like you've explored films on demand. So this is very similar starting spot. What you want to do is click on databases. And we have 100 databases here. So that can be a little overwhelming. That's why we're just focusing on Academic Search Complete. Gale, one file. Gale has a lot of different databases though. All of them are worth exploring. We're just going to focus on one file today. And we still have Nexis Uni listed as a new database. You can also just click on N and that would bring you to Nexis Uni, along with all of our other N databases. Or you can go ahead and just click on G and you can see all the Gale databases we have, which we have quite a few. I'm going to start with the Gale Academic 1 file. So I'm going to click on it. And you're going to get that pop-up box. Remember, you just put in your MyCNM username and password in there, and it'll get you right in. One thing I will tell you is I did this search before I did this video, so don't expect your research to take you 30 minutes. It does take time. It takes time to get your keywords set up, and also know that each database will respond differently to those keywords. For example, I decided to do Navajo and poverty. I want to find out how we're eradicating poverty on the Navajo Nation. So, first thing I discovered after going through these databases is that Gale gave me a really good starting point. So they show me here that they have the Dene Nation Act of 2014. So if I'm focusing on food, that might be relevant. Talks about the role. The thing I realized when I got this search, of course, is I got 822, which is a lot better than 30 something. I also might find some articles that read that word as dine, so I might get a few irrelevant hits. I got an article by somebody named Janet Dine, but it was actually interesting that I got so many that were really on point with the Navajo Nation. So and to narrow down my search, I might want to pick a specific area if I want to pick food, or if I want to pick communities where there's fracking or there's any other kind of industry. If it benefits people, it looks like it has the abstract, the methods, the result, and I can email this, I can download it, or I can print it. So this is when I like to ask you guys if you have any questions about it. So that's when you can feel free to email me any questions you might have. If I go back to my research here, the reason why I started out with Gale is because if you start out with a small database first, sometimes it seems less overwhelming as you get those keywords and really narrow down what you want to do your research on. If I go into something really complex, if I go down to Nexis Uni, for example, this is where it's actually going to have me sign on. And now it's asking me for that double authorization code. So I have to put in my phone number. I'm going to put in a much bigger database. So if I put in Navajo Nation, you can see the sources that we have in this. We have the District Court of the Navajo Nation, which would be really interesting. So if you're interested in law, Nexis Uni is extremely interesting. Also, if you're interested in business, you get the best information you can find in the libraries here at Nexis Uni. And you can see, just looking down at the page, that we actually have tribal law in here as well. I just don't trust my spelling. And poverty. And right now it's searching all of Nexis Uni, which is huge. It's huge. And you can see you can actually narrow it down by date range, practice area, news, case, favorites, anything you want to narrow it down. Now with that broad topic, I'm getting 3,240 hits. So that might be too overwhelming for people. We might even want to try different keywords, maybe Dene, maybe specifics about poverty, maybe children, maybe the elderly. And you can go down here by subject and narrow it this way. If we limit it to health and medicine, probably going to get a lot on COVID. COVID rages. Again, it's been really hard times for a lot of people, but especially if you don't have running indoor water. So maybe you focus on water and making sure that the Navajo Nation has at least water. They got hit pretty hard by the King Mine spill, so pollution is always an issue. You gotta still focus on food. So if I put in food, you're going to get a totally different search. Now I got 7,293, so food is more, which is broader than the poverty. If I click on it, you can see the citation by exporting citation. This is APA. You guys are using MLA. And make sure that when you email this to yourself, you copy this and recognize any errors. For example, the second and third line are not indented as they should be. Copy to print, to your clipboard, email it, and in the subject line here, I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. And this must have been somebody, the last person I helped in this database remembered it, because that's their email right there. I'm going to go ahead and submit this. And it will say that that email has been processed. But definitely, if you are interested in deep research, spend some time with Nexis Uni. Wiley is our scientific or math and science equivalent. So that would be under W in here. If you're doing anything science or math related, it's worth your time to look in there as well. These are very complex databases. And if you go up into help for any of these databases, you'll find that they will tell you how they search. And you can find videos and all sorts of things searching using Nexis Uni. So I highly recommend using the help menus of any of our databases. Finally, I'm going to move on and just show you one more, Academic Search Complete. So because I've already used the filter, it's limiting me to only those databases with G, so I have to select all again. And Academic Search Complete is right here. If I choose databases, I'll get more. So if you see this little guy here, when I select all here, it's getting me all of these databases. And this is something that's particular to this database. You don't have to do that with any other of the the databases, but sometimes it can be helpful with EBSCO. And if I go ahead and put in Dene and poverty, am I going to get Dine, or are they going to know I'm talking about the Navajo Reservation? Have Dene College in here. But again, you have somebody with the last name of Dene or Dine. Dine in, help others. So it's worth looking at both of them. But let me put Navajo Nation in here. And you can see how different keywords give you very different results. I got 46 again, which is very similar number, which is kind of interesting. But this is a really nice database because you can see how it thinks. The subject areas here, if you go back and put any of these keywords in, it will know those keywords, as opposed to like Dene or Dine, where I'm kind of throwing it out there. Anything under subjects is guaranteed to be a subject heading, meaning they will get you information. To your left, remember, you can always limit the year, and that's in all of our databases. If you're working on a social issue, having the last 5 years is ideal. Sometimes things don't change in 5 years. We hope that things always get better. So there's a 5-year mark usually for science articles, including social science, but not necessarily. Just to let you know that that's an option for you if you have a teacher that says the last 5 years, or this is actually the last 1 year. And these are newspapers, so these are popular. Some of these are TV shows even. You can limit to the left here if you just wanted academic articles. You can limit it there, and once you click on the PDF, it's just like looking at a magazine in print, if any of us still look at magazines in print. And they tend to have pictures, which are nice. They tend to be a lot friendlier to the eye, and you can go ahead and actually click on these. This is another thing about academic resources, is it'll give you really good resources on the web. It'll connect you to statistics from government sites and things like that that are very useful. Also to your right, remember you can email it. With this database, it's really nice because you automatically get the MLA citation unless you switch it. You can mail more than one if you add it to your folder. I just added this to my folder. Or you can cite it. The citation button here, you have to go down to MLA, but it'll show you how to cite, which is nice. You can save things to your Google Drive. It's a pretty friendly database. Academic Search Complete is a librarian's favorite because it's so easy to understand. But research is always challenging, and sometimes we get stuck in a particular path where we get stuck. So don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions. Thanks.